Greetings and welcome back to Stellaris, my United Nations of Earth playthrough. So first off, I'd like to correct a mistake I made before. I had said that planetary prospecting took influence. It does not. It requires energy credits and unity. So on these worlds that I don't have anything else to do, I can freely, get started on that. We'll have 2 building slots here. And Storm does need more jobs. I still haven't decided what I want Storm to end up being. I mean, it's going to have mining districts. It's going to have some industrial districts. But what do I want to do with the rest of the building slots? I could use another fleet. So perhaps I turn Storm into a fortress world. That is one possibility. Building strongholds. Another possibility would be to make it a trade world with consumer goods and just give it a higher trade value. And then again, there's also making it a bureaucratic world to really boost my unity. For now, I think I'm going to go with a Autochthon monument. Actually, yes, that'll give me two culture worker jobs, and I can upgrade it to get even more. So yeah, that's what we're going to do with our first building slot here. Other than that, I'm going to quickly go through this, and if there's anything else, I'll let y'all know. So we're going to grab a couple more another cruiser and a destroyer and see what we got. Alright, the cruiser. Looks like most of them are going for fairly similar designs. This one's got some plasma accelerators instead of the railguns, though. And the destroyer, yep, is another disruptor one. Let's go to our fleet manager here. Yeah, the destroyer will fill out First Fleet's destroyers. What's the hotkey for that? G? There we go. Now for this cruiser, it looked like it was artillery. Yeah, it does have an artillery. So back to our fleet manager. I think Second Fleet was the artillery? Yes. We'll go ahead and reduce that by 1 and have Second Fleet and 11th Fleet merge. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is just filling out all of my fleets with energy credits over spinning the alloys. That way I can use the alloys for upgrading the rest of my stations. I can also still build one more station, it appears. But yeah, we'll probably upgrade Blorgsbane so that when I get the technology for the improved sensors, I would be able to have a black hole observatory there. So other than that, yeah, I'm going to finish out getting my ships with from the scrappers to get my fleets fully filled out. Once that occurs, after I have all of those ships, I'll worry about upgrading later. Now that I'm not actually building ships, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I don't have to worry so much about upgrading my ship designs because I won't have them in nebulous transport after these fleets come out. Let's see, that would be July of this year would be the last one in nebulous transport. Once all of those are built and come out, I don't have to worry about actually producing ships, so I think I will do a lot of racing on ship components with physics and engineering to get my ships caught up to the tech level of stuff around me as I am buying fleets, so then I can just go and retrofit everything into the designs I want. Now another thing is I did mess up on a few of these designs. I know I missed a combat computer or two on some of these that I wanted to change. Like this one's got a line computer, but it has pickets. So I will probably be overhauling these designs a little later as I get better components anyway. And I'll just have to remember to do it then, because I do want to get the autocannons. And I do want to get the mining lasers and stuff. Let's see, how far out am I now? I am still 9 months away from this battle. This fleet, this science ship has only got a few more systems to survey. So hopefully I will be done with the surveys by the time before I have to come up here and deal with the debris. But I could always, this isn't that far, I could always interrupt it, go get the debris, survey that system, and then come back and finish these. And I also noticed when I was doing the files, like right here is a system I missed. Yeah, that's in Fire Tribes of Kel space, but there was also up here in the Prime Awareness. Yeah, when I had come past this way, I had forgotten to, they didn't own this one at the time, but I had forgotten to check these two systems and just kind of went past them. So I will have to get back and get those. Hopefully, these guys aren't about to kick me out of their systems, because I would love to finish checking these systems out. I do have closed borders with the Hithians, I believe, and I think this is Hithian system. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see the color of the borders properly. This might be the United Ray and Stars right there. So I might be able to get up this way. But yeah, the Hithian have closed their borders to me. Commonwealth of Man have closed their borders to me. So I might be doing some jumping around once I get all of this. Because I believe the Verzak have also closed their borders to me. No, they have not. So I guess we will be going back through the Verzak after I get done with the Prime Awareness and checking out this area. Now, this might be the other fallen empire right about here. And there is still the possibility that there's one or two more Marauders. But that's the main reason I want to start getting my fleet strong, so that I no longer have to capitulate to the Marauders and bribe them to avoid them attacking my systems. And hopefully eventually I can get up the power to actually get rid of them. Because I would like to expand to these worlds and to have that L-gate in my system. But in order to do that, I have to punch through the Marauders. And I would like to get rid of the Marauders within about the next 100 years, so that there's not a chance that we would have to deal with the Great Khan. I'd also like to push out these Marauders. But we shall see how that goes. We've still got 3 years before this resolution is something I have to deal with. Ah! Yes, I remembered the other thing I'd forgotten. Over here, I have 2 defense platforms in 2 systems here. I need to, it's not letting me upgrade them because apparently I don't have the alloys to do it. But yes, I need, oh, I missed them when I was upgrading. I believe it is Chilblan and Wolgun. Yes. These 2 systems have defense platforms that need upgrading. So I need to remember that. I kind of wish there was another part in the outliner for your defense platforms, honestly. I mean, even though they don't take material, upkeep or anything like that, I still would like to know where I had left them so that I know where there are ones I need to upgrade. Let's see, what is the planet in this system? Euxina? Alright, Euxina does not have a actual starport in its area, and I have seen people migrating with the full 12% from Earth to Xena. So yes, you no longer need transit hubs over every one of your colonies. You only need it over colonies that are getting overcrowded. It's still a good idea to build star bases eventually over your colonies. It adds more protection to the system, and there are things like the off-world black site and others that can be beneficial to the colony. But minor colonies, it is a good idea to just leave them free because they generate a lot of trade value, and you can cut down on the amount of trade routes you have to protect. Like if I'd been able to turn Sol into a full-on trade route and maybe made Bernard Star the shipyard, this thing could have a reach of a 7 eventually, because you can have 6 trade hubs. Each one increases the range by 1, and then there's a building that increases it another 1. So you can have a reach of 7. So that means if I didn't have star bases over, say, Breglar and Sugalia, Sol could collect anything within 7 jumps. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost to Luam, but not quite. Anything within 7 jumps, which would be a lot of my territory, and I would not have to worry about piracy at all. But like I said, piracy is not a tremendous deal to me once I get a fairly decent sized fleet. It's just XP for my admirals. Either suppressing the piracy on doing patrols when I'm not at a war, or shooting down the pirates. You won't really get tech and salvage from pirates because they generally are using your technology.
A new world has been colonized.
Alright, it's still working on the toxic kelp. It's going to take 5 more months for that. So I can worry about queuing something up here in July. Further advances in unstable entanglement have given us new ways to prevent unauthorized intrusions into our databases. Now, what do I have available? Survey speed, antimatter reactor, blue lasers. Subspace sensors is a good one, because that would enable me to drop the edict of that's burning my crystals as having the upgraded sensors, because these are further upgraded sensors, and it will give me the black hole observatory. The biggest hyperdrive would also be decent, but it's not as critical, and it's more expensive. I could knock out the blue lasers pretty quick. Honestly, I'm probably going to be using the mining drone lasers before I get the blue lasers. Right now, getting the blue lasers will just unlock more energy weapons for me to deal with. So yes, I do believe we are going for the sensors. That'll take 1.5 years. And the Briannan are the ones we're getting the benefit from for that. When I do get this system capital complex, I believe right now Earth is the only one that can upgrade to it. And it costs 2,000 minerals to do the upgrade.
We are being hailed.
League of Brienne States wants a non-aggression pact. That's going to burn into my monthly gain a little bit more, but yeah, I'll agree to it. I need to get them up fairly quickly so I can go ahead and get a federation founded with them. Once I get a federation founded, it will cut down on a lot of the well, I won't need the non-aggression pacts, and then I would actually be able to bring, say, the League of Phemisto into the Federation. That will give them more protection. Of course, they have to be at peace, and they foolishly declared war on the Commonwealth of Man. Yeah, I believe that's going to be their downfall, honestly. Because I am in no position to go to war with the Commonwealth of Man right now. Giranshu has declared the Verzak their rival. Alright, this is the final upgrade Earth can do for now. I am going to go ahead and do planetary prospecting here. I like to do planetary prospecting fairly quickly on all of my worlds, so that I don't have to, because there's no indicator when you complete it that you've done it. So right now I got to remember Storm has not done it, but most of these others are in the process. Well, any that I already had buildings going, I didn't start doing it, because it was a 6-month delay, basically. But yeah, I'm going to have to go through on my things and make sure everybody's done it at one point, and then I only have to worry about new colonies that come up. The Mastery of Nature is obvious, because it puts an icon up here. The planetary prospecting does not. Speaking of which, this one could use Mastery of Nature, but that is one that requires influence, requires 100 influence. So it'll take me a while to be able to do that. So we got another destroyer and cruiser. What did we get this time? Alright, the destroyer is another one of the ones with disruptors. And the cruiser actually has pretty weak weapons. I didn't even see who we got these from, honestly. It has good sensors, though. It's got subspace sensors, which is the ones I'm upgrading to. It's got the plasma thrusters and the antimatter reactor. This one is, I'll just make it another artillery one, which means second fleet. I guess we'll get another, we'll actually get the regular gunship filled out. So this is actually going to end up being a gunship interceptor. And now First Fleet should be full, I believe, when all of its merging ships get to it. The 7th Fleet will be... Well, it's not going to give me the time until I advance it a little bit, I think. That one will be 5 months before it catches up with First Fleet. Which is kind of funny. It doesn't seem like it's that far away, and First Fleet will be headed back this way. I don't think it's going to take 5 months. That one's entering the hyperlane is... Yeah, I think they're going to miss each other. Because I think First Fleet is going to be in the hyperlane before 4th Fleet gets in. So I think what I'm going to do... This one's got 4 days to enter the hyperlane. This one has 1 day. So I think what I'm going to do is actually interrupt your current order, 4th Fleet, and tell you to go there first. So it will move over there and then merge with First Fleet. And actually, let's go ahead and have it move again, because I think it's going to take a while for First Fleet to actually get over here. But yeah, that aborts it going in. Oh, it didn't take as long as I thought. So now it just merged with First Fleet, or it's about to. It should catch First Fleet when they get to the other gate. And I forgot to start upgrading Blorgsbane.
System survey concluded.
So we have finished surveying the home world of the space amoebas. Now, I have bad feeling about the space amoebas here, unfortunately. I think Yeah, I think the driven assimilators are going to wipe them out. It would not surprise me if the driven assimilators basically... Because driven assimilators won't respect the space amoebas here. Well, they're not intercepting the fleets, it doesn't look like. I think they're just going on a beeline to get out of the... Nope, they just killed them. Yeah, they just wiped out the space amoebas here. So yes, they are seeking to clear this area out to claim. Avalon was successfully prospected, revealing the new hot springs. New Jamestown got a hot springs. Nozomi got a prosperous mesa. Euxina got Betharian fields. Keep adding an L in there. It's Betharian, not Beltharian. Alright, so Euxina got the Betharian fields. So I'm going to need a building slot to actually get that. I'm about 10 months away from needing another job anyway, so we're going to add a city district. That'll take about a year. And this is a great place to get Betharian fields. Betharian fields allow you to have a Betharian power plant, which provides technician jobs and energy credits. I don't know that I have the technology for it yet, because I think this is the first Betharian fields I have unlocked. Alright, so that was Euxina. Nozomi got a new hot springs, which I believe added generator districts. It added 2. Let's see. No. Nozomi got a prosperous mesa, so it actually got 2 mining districts that it did not previously have. But Nozomi has reduced minerals from jobs, so that was kind of a disappointing prospecting. We actually did find some minerals on the planet, but it's a crappy thing to try for. Let's see, New Jamestown got the hot springs, which would have added more generator districts. So New Jamestown is now a really good energy planet, even though I had been investing in mining districts. Avalon also got hot springs, so it gets an extra generator slot. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 would leave me 4. That would leave me 3. I could get 3 industrial districts here on Avalon, or I would be able to get all of the resources here. I could get the last, the 3 agriculture as well. This is going to be a research world, though. I really don't want to have 3 buildings dedicated to resources. You know, a farm, a energy grid, and a mineral purification hub. I'm probably going to end up... Well, if I did industrial districts, I'd still need 3 buildings set aside for that. A civilian fabricator, an alloy foundry, and the Ministry of Production. So yeah, I guess I could do that. It still leaves... I only really need 2 to 3 research facilities. I mean, if I want to spam the unupgraded ones to cut down on spending exotic gases, I could. But generally 2 of these upgraded with a the research complex, or what is it called? Research Institute, is usually enough, because that's 12 researchers plus a research complex, and I'll have them on multiple planets. That's generally going to be more jobs than I'll have housing for and other things. Which also reminds me, I made a mistake rushing the Research Institute because it requires a upgraded a planetary capital, which requires a population of 25. And most of my worlds that need it are not there yet. Yeah, this one needs 7 pops. This one needs 4 pops. I could have waited on the Research Institute. The only place I've got that can actually throw it on right now is Avalon, which only has like 1 research facility right now and not enough building slots to throw one on anyway. The other large worlds I have are not research worlds. So we have a Commonwealth of Man cruiser. And a League of Brian States destroyer. I should pay more attention to this so I know who's got what designs. That's an artillery. Yeah, Commonwealth of Man has advanced lasers, but weak coil guns. Well, they're stronger than mine. Let's go into the fleet manager. I believe that's 2nd Fleet. Yeah. So we've just about got all of their cruisers, even though 2nd Fleet will be a while before they all catch up with it. Now that destroyer design, I believe, yep, they've got a lot of the interceptor type destroyers. If we look back at 1st Fleet, I have filled out 1st Fleet. So this is going to have to be 2nd Fleet destroyers. 3rd Fleet has... Well, 3rd Fleet has gunships. So yeah, let's fill out some of 3rd Fleet with this. But yeah, we should get our destroyers, our fleets, pretty much filled out fairly quickly. Our power projection is getting there, but we're going to need at least double our current naval size, so we need around 300, yeah, to really have the full power projection. I was going to make Blorgsbane here. It's already upgrading to Starport. I was going to make Blorgsbane a another shipyard because it was close to a wormhole right over here. But I may end up making it another anchorage. Or I could put a couple of shipyards on it and fill the rest out with anchorages for now until I get more starbase capacity. Now we should be close to combat here. 3 more months, so around October we should start fighting, engaging the mining drones. Now one thing I often like to do is to retrofit my ships into designs specific for different opponents. The mining drones, not so much, though sometimes I will put replace all my ballistic weapons with lasers just because they have no shields. Or kinetic weapons, I mean. But yeah, I definitely will look into designing a fleet to deal with like psionic entity and the void clouds if I decide to face them. Alright, I was unable to build mining stations because I ran out of minerals. I've got 1 mining station left to build. So I'm going to go ahead and buy 100 minerals. So that I can complete this last mining station before I go park in Yilon. Fertile lands in Ultinia that gave it more agriculture districts. That means I may get rid of the generator districts and make this a full agriculture world eventually. I was going to get the 5 agriculture districts and the 2 generator districts, But that means I may end up giving up the generator districts here when I need more food. It's not critical right now, so. But I did go through and add planetary prospecting to each of them that hasn't done it, just so I knew which worlds hadn't done it, because it'll be in the queue at some point. Alright, what did you get again? Ore-veined cliffs. So you got mining districts. Ore-veined cliffs is a... No, it only adds one. I still may end up throwing some mining districts on here. I'm going to have... Alright, it's got a grand total of 25 districts. I get one extra, so I get 26. I'm going to have 4 city districts, so that's 22. I've got 14 generator districts, so that leaves me with 8. If I did all 6 of the mining districts, I'd only have 2 left over for industrial districts. So yeah, I think that may have been a useless prospecting for me. Just the I kind of wish it had thrown some more generator districts on here, just so I could really focus on one. But the planetary prospecting is one thing I should have been doing earlier, as soon as I unlocked it, to try and get more minerals on planets that have mining districts. Like, I really hope Blizzard, when its prospecting gets completed, gets more mining districts. And rare resources is another thing that I really like to pop up. Alright, so this wormhole goes to the Bradham system in my ally, the Hazar Pact. So the Hazar Pact has a wormhole into the Prime Awareness. Before I go back through that, I'd like to check out that one system there. And then let's actually go survey that system and explore this way. So yeah, we'll just come back through the Verzax. Verver. That must be their capital. Shangri-La got black soil. Well, that added a lot of mining, agriculture districts. This was eventually going to be an agricultural world anyway, I believe. I'm actually going to go ahead and get started on upgrading this so that I don't overlook it later. It's going to take a year anyway. Now that does wipe out pretty much all the minerals I had saved up for doing buildings next. And we are now preparing to engage.
System survey concluded.
Okay, we are now checking crap in our empire. Where are you headed next? That was the last thing for the trade wind right now. Let's go there. That will let me know where all this stuff goes. There's a shroud tunnel. This system is not attached to anything. So there's got to be a wormhole in the vicinity that goes to it. Probably in that system. Fertile lands in Nueva Sonora. It was going to be an agricultural area anyway, so. Though I am doing mining districts for now. Though I do need some more agriculture districts soon.
Engaging hostile forces.
Now we've got some fairly heavy shields, so I think we're going to be able to handle this fairly well, especially since they don't have shields. We do have mass drivers, which aren't that effective against armor. And a lot of our ships are pickets. So yeah, this may not have been the best fleet to send, but the torpedo boats are going to do some damage. Our interceptors, the interceptors we have here, their lasers will be doing some damage. So yeah, this isn't the best fleet to have sent for mining drones. I may take some damage, I may lose a ship. But before I resume this combat, I'm going to run around and do my maintenance, so I will be right back. Before we get back to the combat, or get to witness the combat, there's two things that need to happen. First is I do want to, we'd like you to salvage some debris. Task the salvagers to investigate debris for us. Ah yes, battle, that most sorrowful cause of salvage. You'll have to forgive me, President. Barbaric destruction brings us no joy. However, we understand that needs must. That needs must. That didn't make much sense. We can indeed handle salvage under commission if your ships are unwilling or unable to sift through the debris. Come to us when the need arises and grant us the rights to salvage. We will then undertake the components for you for whatever materials and knowledge we find out there. So I think we would only get, we lose access to up to 3 debris fields. They will deliver salvage technology or materials to us within 90 days. Okay. So they will give us the technology. All right. The other thing, they can help us with engineering research. It would be our pleasure. Idle hands make curious minds, and that counts double for us. We are most happy to lend aid and share handy tips with our regular customers, so long as our modest expenses are covered. We would also appreciate any donation you can make to help shore up our humble starbase. Old hulls can be repurposed many times over, but sometimes there's just no beating the reliability of a freshly smelted bulkhead. Alright, so that is 5 years, not 10, and gives us a bonus to engineering research, which is going to be useful. It takes alloys, though. I have to remember that at the start of the next year. We could hire a salvage overseer. We offer our regular customers the services of an overseer who can improve your scrapping efforts for a small cut. Unfortunately, none of our overseers are available at the moment. They are in high demand, and I'm afraid some of our other customers take priority. Resources gained from scavenging debris for 5 years. Okay, so that's another contract, but apparently there are only so many people that can get it. I was kind of hoping they were offering a governor of some sort, but yeah, that's interesting to know. Now, new vessels are available for purchase. New stocks are expected in 2 years. So it looks like we're not going to be reclaiming new vessels right now. We've apparently reached the limit. That's fine. I have to let my fleets catch up a little bit. But we will get back to grabbing their fleets eventually. But the next thing that's about to happen is we're about to get a research completed.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
The production and understanding of supersolids are of immeasurable value to any and every space-age civilization. Now, habitats take a long time, very useful. Or we can get started in upgrading our ships, which I believe is what we really need to start pushing. Habitats would take 3 years. Civilian repli complexes we don't really need right now. Extra housing, not critical. Better armor. That also unlocks further advancements in civilian infrastructure, which will give me extra building slots on my planets. So yes. Now, This person does 15%. I don't really need to swap it out for a materials guy. Camilla, I don't need to swap her out, so I will leave her there. And finally, we can get to witnessing this battle. Now, Second Fleet currently has 28 ships, so we need to pay attention to that number as the battle goes on, in case we miss something getting destroyed. But they have a while to go through our shields, I believe. Avorthar and the Galactic... Okay, that doesn't affect me yet. United Ray and Stars and the Garanshu entered a migration treaty. Prospecting. Orvane Cliffs on Earth. So Earth is now equal in all categories. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the district slots to really do anything, but if I wanted to move industry off of Earth, I can make it a mining or an agriculture area. I don't think I want to do that. I think it's good as generator for now. Though, if I get an overabundance of energy, I could switch from being a generator world to a mining world. Back to the combat. They've actually made a couple of my ships flee combat already. And they have torn through the shields on a couple of mine. We lost a ship. Alright, that's still not a major effect to me.
Construction completed.
Alright, we finally finished that mining station that I had to buy materials to finish. Lost another ship, one of the Corvettes. United Rain Stars and the Garanshu broke a research agreement. Lost another Corvette. Alright, short interruption to go through and do my start of year maintenance. Alright, let's get a boost to our engineering research for 5 years. Now hopefully we can get them taken out before our fleet has too many people withdraw. We've gotten rid of one of the destroyers. Those are the ones that are really doing the damage to us. A searing desert on Dis. That would add energy, making generator districts the most abundant. Yeah, it added 2 more districts. Well, it was already 6. Now it's 8. And I do need to add a building here. Let's go ahead and do another mining district for now. Green Hills on Nueva Cadiz. That would be farming, yes. Now I kind of wish I had kept that 300, but I'll just add a farming district later. This place doesn't need the jobs quite as critically. We've almost got them. Something waits in the Olfete system, a veiled passage cut from the fabric of space-time, its horizon rippling with psionic energy. Sensor data is erratic, and the crew of our science vessel reports strange disturbances, wildly visceral dreams, a persistent sense of being watched, fitful hallucinations. Despite the frustrating lack of useful telemetry, it seems clear we have stumbled upon a tunnel through uncharted reaches. A dangerous path, yet the rewards may be great. On the tunnel's far side lies a distant corner of the galaxy. What mysteries lie beyond the veil? Ah, okay, so they have a shroud tunnel here. That means that the Alvathar Star Assembly is in league with the Teachers of the Shroud. Alright, so we will go down to Rigel now. And do I have any other idle science ships or science ships that are about to be idle? No, all of these have orders. Back to the combat then. We are so close. Alright, we lost 1 destroyer and 2 corvettes. Not a huge deal. I can replace those. Overall, our weapons were over 100% effective to that, but only 86% effective to hull because the small null void beam must have fired quite a bit. Yeah. They were actually inefficient against our shields, but still managed to tear us up pretty easily. So now this ship will, this fleet will go back to its patrols. Once it gets merged up a little bit, I'll worry about taking it back for repairs. And we have 5 years to get over here. Now let's see, where are you right now? You are not currently in the process of any, the middle of anything. You've only got 2 more things to survey in this system, so I will let you finish this system before I send you to Mira to get the debris and survey the system. Because I will get a pop-up, I believe, when he finishes that system. The Admiral did gain a level out of that. And we did manage to clean them out and get some debris that's going to help us with the laser progress. Orvane Cliffs on Akatsuki. Good. I needed something along that lines. More more mining districts on a mineral world. Commonwealth of Man has reopened their borders to us.
Construction completed.
Blorgsbane has upgraded, so let us get a shipyard here. We'll do a couple of shipyards and then probably fill out the rest with anchorages. Garanshu has ended the rivalry with the Tsar Pact.
System survey concluded.
And now I can interrupt your regularly scheduled orders with Control-Shift-Click survey the system, Control-Shift-Click research the projects. So that way he'll research the debris first, survey the system, and then come back down here and finish these 3.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Combination of different metals and ceramics that result in a strong armor without sacrificing flexibility. Alright, so improved torpedoes, fusion missiles, improved strike craft, let's go. Improved cruiser build speed and build cost. That would be good, but yeah, let's get the improved missiles. Like I said, I want to knock out a whole bunch of upgrades so that I can retrofit my ships. Storm has green hills. Oh, now Storm is equal in every type of resource if I needed to switch the planet to something else. Garanshu has opened their borders to us. Are you two still at war? Yes, and the attacker is getting more exhausted than the defender. Garanshu has also lost one of his allies. I'm not clicking on Garanshu. Yeah, you lost your ally up here. You had a little bitty ally. It's gone now. I wonder if they absorbed it. Another prospecting, arid highlands. Oh, good. More energy on an energy world. As a matter of fact, I can hold off. Now, well, no, I'd like to get at least 6 available jobs. So yeah, we can go ahead and throw a generator district on here. That will expand our available jobs. Looks like we have an election in progress as well. And I forgot, this world created another synthetic worker that I need to place somewhere. I need to find some place that has gases or motes that are not being worked by... Okay, Altinia would be a place. But I think the crystals are more valuable to me, so we'll move it to New Jamestown. And that was... Euxina? Yes. Earth has still got about 8 more technicians they can get, so they'll be churning out these guys for a while. They actually are not working all the entertainer jobs. That's not a huge deal. That means I could actually spare the consumer goods to have them working that instead of the clerks. But this provides a little bit of unity. The amenities would probably end up boosting my stability. Let's try it. Yeah, that gets me a buttload of amenities, doubles my happiness bonus. So yeah, I probably will end up with a little bit better stability, which will help my overall output, where the clerks were only giving me like 8 energy credits. I need more jobs here. I am out of districts, so it's going to be upgrades or new buildings. Let's go with soldiers. We'll build a stronghold here. It's fairly cheap. That way I can still build something else on another planet. So I only have 2 planets that are still in the process of prospecting, and then all of my colonies will be prospected. Jag-Naksheen is the leading candidate. It doesn't guarantee they will get elected, but hopefully they will.
Research concluded.
Sensors that detect the subspace fluctuations left in the wake of traveling starships. Their sensitivity and range is greater than that of a gravitic sensor array. So that gives me a sensor range of 3. And gives me access to the Black Hole Observatory, which is producing physics research. Now, what do we have? A bunch of meh. That's what we have. Let's knock out the research station output, the quantum probes. Now that we have those, I'm going to go ahead and disable crystalline sensors so that I'm not losing so much rare crystals. And that is all of my current edicts based on strategic resources. The Pyrrhac hierarchy has embraced the Xeno Protection Organization and become more xenophilic. So let us check out our little... they're still erudite explorers. They are fanatic xenophiles, materialist. I believe that might have been my final... No, I've got one more. So Blizzard has crystalline caverns. That gives me access to more crystals. I can go ahead and start building crystal mines here. Never heard of you, Darbalin Empire. You must just have popped up somewhere. I didn't even know our borders were closed. Oh my! I just realized there was an empire here. There was an empire right here. Who was it who just got wiped out? An empire has been lost and replaced with the Darbalin Empire. It was whoever the Garanshu was at war with. No, they're at war with the Kill. What happened to the empire that was here? Was that part of the Prime Awareness that was here? The Prime Awareness just basically lost all of this territory? Or was there another empire here? The United Ray and Stars, they're gone. Yes, the United Ray and Stars have just vanished. And so has another empire. League of Phemisto actually is conquering territory here. So we get 1,000 unity for completing the mandate. We have re-elected our current ruler. And they have a planet-side mining mandate. So I guess we're still going to be focused on mining. Matter of fact, I should probably... Let's check the society management real quick. Year and a half. And I will get to open up a new thing. I'm debating... Let's see, a year and a half at about 850. Every 200... every 4 months, if I add another edict, if I were to add mining subsidies back, it costs 200 Unity. So doing that would mean right now at this current value, it's taking me 17 months. Now, yanking out 200 per month would basically add another month every 4 months. So that would add about 4 more months to it and make it 21 months instead of 17. I would still get it close to the same time. That's only adding 4 months. So let's test my theory and see if I'm right. 17 months. Let us add mining subsidies back. Now we probably have to advance this to check it. I'm going to go through my usual maintenance first. Alright, we're going to change 2nd Fleet's home base to Yilon Station. And I believe we're going to change 3rd Fleet's home base down here to Almac Station. We're going to go ahead and skip the next shipyard right now and get the Black Hole Observatory up and running. Now, let's see if my theory pans out. It probably will not update till next month, but it should be 20 months, I think. 20 or 21. It's only going to add about 4 to 5 months. final planetary prospecting is done. What did we find? Rugged Woods, which added an agricultural district, right? Yeah, I just added one. And that does remind me, while I've got some idle places, I could be clearing out things like this jungle. Because I do still have a few planets that didn't fully get rid of their features. Okay, I have one. Winzu. I do have the dense jungle and then the impassable mountains. Although it does need buildings, I can at least get started on these and always shift them up when I have the minerals to spare. Now, is this going to shift to 20 or 21? 20. So I was correct in my assumption that it would just add 4 months to the time. Which I think is worth giving me more minerals so I can get more construction done and more minerals banked. I could actually, if I really wanted to, the capacity subsidies. Okay, it adds an energy credit upkeep to technicians, but boosts their technician output by 50%, more than makes up for the energy credit upkeep. That's a way to really boost your energy credits. It'd be nice to run all of these subsidies, including the research subsidies. And actually, I could be running the education campaign, but right now I don't really need to level up my guys too much. Same for the recycling campaign. My pops, it might knock 15 off of that. And I believe the market is about to be established. I believe it gets established a year before the next resolution will be passed. So either December 30th or January 1st, the market is going to be established, I believe. Since all of this area
Construction completed.
Unclaimed, I could come back and survey this stuff. That's where the scavenger bot was. Yeah, I still am confused as to what just happened to this empire. I went to the species tab and looked up the Rayen. They have a ring world preference. So I decided to go to their home world. They originated on this shattered ring world that is now occupied by the Prime Awareness. So the Prime Awareness took over. Rayen had spread way out. So apparently what happened is they only had a few colonies left. And I am thinking that they suffered a rebellion. That these are actually rebels. And the only colony what they had left rebelled. So it imploded their empire. And it just left this colony with a few of their systems instead of shifting the entire system. That is the only thing I can think of. They had a rebellion situation, only had one colony left, and lost it. That is all I can think of that could possibly have caused this empire to implode. It would have been nice to get some news about them being destroyed, so I knew it happened. But yeah, that was interesting. So this Darbalin Empire, I'm willing to bet they're going to be separatist at some point. But they're actually a fairly decent empire, I guess. I do need to improve relations with them. I could probably spare the one in the Pirac for now. Croc Stelharm. And just get some relations up with the Darbalins. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll want to be on good terms with me. I don't know anything about them. Darbalins. So let us start building a fleet academy on our new shipyards. I'm going to distribute luxury goods on my physics researching world. Oh, what is this? Tell us about the Salvage Works building. Certainly, we extend a special opportunity to our most trusted customers. In short, you give us space to work aboard a starbase here in Piranha's black hole, and our mechanics can fast-track your local ship repairs. We can even help out with your starbase and shipyard construction efforts empire-wide. If that's of interest to you, we'll be happy to discuss the matter further. Once we feel more sure of this working relationship, we hope you understand. So it doesn't tell me, it says it reduces upkeep and speeding up repairs for docked ships. Okay, so my populations currently consume 155. Let's say, how many, what is my breakdown of workers? That's what I would like to know. I guess I go here to demographics. Let's see, 67 pops. That doesn't tell me how many are workers, how many are what? Where would I get that information? I mean, I could go planet by planet. There's got to be a way to see my breakdown of pops by class. Let's actually go back to Empire species. There we go. See, what I would like... I mean, this tells me the breakdown of jobs. Alright, so currently I have... Well, a lot of these are going to be robots. That's right, in the worker positions. Because what I was debating is if I go to species and go to set default rights. Right now I'm at decent conditions. That is 0.5 for specialist in consumer goods, 0.25 for workers. Rulers are 1. If I go to social welfare, it will up my workers, but not my specialist. If I go to utopian abundance, it ups both workers and specialists. But social welfare give us an overall happiness bonus unless there's a consumer goods deficit. That would be a bonus to happiness for workers as well as doubling the specialist current bonus to happiness. And it would also mean unemployed pops are reducing unity and don't have a happiness penalty. I think I have the surplus consumer goods to pull this off. If I don't, I do know I have consumer good jobs that are not currently being worked. Utopian abundance would be nice because unemployed pops would also provide research as well as unity, but I don't think I have the amount for that. Everybody currently has the regular full citizenship in my empire. And humans are rapidly getting caught by Chirk and Dis for most abundant in my empire. You know what? Let's do it. Set default rights. Let's go with social welfare. That is seeing to the needs of the people is the most important responsibility of the state. All right, so now let's see. Decent conditions for you, social welfare, decent conditions. Now that one's social welfare. Yeah, now I think everybody, well, no, except for humans, everybody but humans got shifted to social welfare. So let us set the rights for humans to be social welfare as well, and see what that does to my consumer goods. So I believe that is going to I don't think it's going to increase that much. I'm just doubling what workers are using, and majority of my workers are actually robots, honestly. So it shouldn't have affected them. They're not using consumer goods anyway. But we shall see. The center of galactic commerce has manifested in Parima system, within the borders of the galactic Tepedoran hierarchy. The Tepedoran administration has officially legitimized this marketplace where resources can be bought and sold through unaffiliated third parties. Now, I should have actually looked at where that was. The galactic Tepedorans. I mean, it had a go to this location up in the top right. I'm not even sure where their empire is. I could easily find it by going to contacts. So I guess we're going to have to do that. Seriously. They've got one planet. So there it is. They're a vassal under the Alvathari Star Assembly. Now, if we look at the victory conditions for them, their economy strength is weak as hell, and they were chosen as to host the galactic market. Okay. I probably could have gotten it. Now that the market is established, these prices will fluctuate depending on who is buying and selling. So as you see, there's more people buying minerals than food. People are buying the hell out of motes. Yeah, they're buying the hell out of all of these really crystals, though. And now we have access to the slave market. Now, the slave market is a great place to get some money offloading robots. It is also, for people who don't actually get slaves, a great way to get pop. Because while my empire does not... it's prohibited to buy slaves, so the price is doubled. When I buy somebody, I'm actually emancipating them. They're turning into a free citizen of my empire. So I'm basically buying their freedom. So this is a pretty good place to boost the populations of your worlds, or to pick up species or that you really like. I really don't like buying robots because they don't match my designs. So when I upgrade one of my designs, I've got to create an upgrade for this design separately. I don't mind selling my robots to others, though.
Research concluded.
These upgraded space-to-space missiles have more powerful fusion warheads and improve flight performance. We can get the alloy megaforges. Don't really need those. There, the I keep adding an L. The Betharian power plant. It's fairly cheap to build, produces 10 energy by itself, and adds 4 jobs. So that's really good to add to have on a generator world. But yeah, we're going to research that because it'll be fairly fast. We'll have it before the year is out, and I do have a world now that can use it. You generally don't get these techs unless you have access to them. But yeah, it really didn't do a huge impact. It added 20 is how much it added. I might be able to run Utopian Abundance. I'll wait until I have a surplus of 100 to run Utopian Abundance. Garanshu and the Kel have made peace. Fire Tribes of Kel got a couple of systems out of it. So yeah, they pushed up this way. Oh, and the trade wind has been idle. I haven't been paying attention to it. There's a pirate base in this system. They've already gotten rid of the pirates. They just left the base. Well, let's push around to here. That'll give us some more visibility on some of these systems. And I can start on one of these final systems. Let's get the one closest to my borders here. Yeah, right here. I don't have all of my specialists working. I have a couple of people down here, soldiers and clerks. I could actually shift the clerks up, honestly, to get more of these. But no, it's fine. There's no rush. That would drain my minerals, and I don't exactly have a shortage of those two right now, so I'm okay with that. It does mean I overbuilt a little bit, but so be it. Dark Wanderer is still 8 months away from making it to these scrappers. Oh, we have a new ban organic slave trade. Fire Tribes of Kel want to do that. The use of the galactic market to trade in sentient organics is abominable. We should ban this practice. I agree, even though I can make use of it. This is one that I will support, because I don't believe we should be trading slaves, even though I can use it to emancipate people and basically get pops.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Advanced probes that can thoroughly analyze subjects on a subatomic level, generating a wealth of valuable research data. Alright, we can upgrade point defense, upgrade the lasers, more research output. I think there's only one more research station output upgrade. I think there's only 5. So yeah, we'll go ahead and knock this out. Which means I could probably overhaul some ship designs.
Research concluded.
The administrative needs of a star empire are as numerous as they are complex. we will rise to the occasion. So this gave me a civic slot and access to the system capital complex. Now we can improve our overall habitability, get the upgraded to get an extra envoy, or get more food. And the nutritional plenitude is a pretty good edict. It boosts your pop happiness and growth speed at the cost of more food upkeep. Well, I'm going to have an abundance of food. The habitability one will boost productivity on any planet that we aren't fully habitable on anyway. I really would like another envoy, but that can wait while I build up my research a bit more. Let's knock out this cheap one. And I believe we have a New World specialist somewhere. Yes, right there. Now, for the civic point, it's actually going to cost me, I think, some Unity to do this. Yeah, 5,000. I can spare that. How close am I to getting? 12 months. 5,000. That would set me back about 9 months. I can deal with that. I would much rather have the extra civic slot right now. So we currently had the Beacon of Liberty and the Idealistic Foundation. So we've got more happiness and less empire size from pops. We have a whole bunch available to us. Shared Burdens would give us the Shared Burdens living standard, which is cheaper living standard than Utopia, Utopic Abundance. It would give us an overall stability boost, double all unity gained from egalitarian faction, which is currently giving us 274. No. Egalitarian's giving us 60. That's the Xenophile one that's giving us that one. Oh, that's interesting. If I kick this one in now, right before we finish the research, the researching of the debris will give us a bonus. But no, that isn't what I'm looking for, really. The one I normally prefer is meritocracy. I'm just checking to see. Oh, Free Haven is another good one. That helps my pop growth. Environmentalist fits me a little bit. But you have to leave naturally occurring blockers on the planet to really get the benefits. Diplomatic Corps would be a good one. More envoys. More diplomatic weight as well. I'm real partial to meritocracy because it boosts your specialist pop research output. That's your consumer goods, alloys, unity, and research. But Diplomatic Corps really would help me out here, right now. More envoys, more diplomatic weight, since I am doing a very diplomatic run. I think I will go Diplomatic Corps this time. This society has a long tradition of rhetoric and debate, and celebrate those who are able to get their way using only words. So we're going to take Diplomatic Corps. That's going to give us 2 more envoys and boost our diplomatic rate. Or diplomatic weight, not diplomatic rate. Now, we won't get those until we advance for a day. But before we do that, I was going to check, I believe, the conglomerated scrappers might have vessels available. Yes. Cruisers, destroyers, or corvette squadron. Well, let's purchase a cruiser and a destroyer. The cruiser was Pirac, the destroyer was Tezek and Hive. Alright, so our new ships. Agamemnon class. Oh, that one's already merging with Second Fleet. Okay, a Jablang class. This is the cruiser. It's got one large coil gun. Mediums and larges, and smalls toward the back. And it actually has a weapon I really like, the autocannon. They've actually got level 2 autocannons. So let's see, Second Fleet have all their cruisers. They are going artillery. Yeah, let's drop that one down 1 and merge 2nd and 5th. Now back to Fleet Manager. We still have 6th Fleet, which is our destroyer. Mediums and smalls, another gunship. First Fleet is fully decked out. Second Fleet could probably use... No, Third Fleet. Third Fleet is the one with the gunships. Artillery and gunships. I've pretty much got the gunships filled out, I think. Well, let's just go ahead and get Third Fleet with this other destroyer.
Construction completed.
Alright, we only have one system left to claim. After I build this research station, I think I'm actually going... I'm gonna need to get some refineries up and running. So I think we will build our first one over Almach 3. I would build it over this system, but I'd like to see what I'm developing this world into. I may put a trading hub above it, or a mining facility, I don't know. If I can put a mining facility above it. Habitat for extra population. We have only one system left to claim, Fearum. Oh, and we do have those 2 additional envoys. So let's go through here and see. I know I need to put one back in the Pirac. We'll put Buffkin there. And I think for the other one... Yeah, I believe for the last one, we're going to assign them... We're going to assign Ashgram to boosting our diplomacy here. Their base fleet power is 754 now. Mine is less than half that. I still have double their population, almost double their economy, and we're close in tech. This guy has really got me blown away in everything but pop. The these driven assimilators, the prime awareness, I think are going to become a major threat.
Interstellar debris analyzed.
20% progress to mining drone lasers. 80 points of physics and 60 points of engineering. That's not a huge chunk of research, but let us see exactly what that did for our mining lasers. We're still not even halfway through it. I may just go ahead and knock it out if I don't have a decent one, just so I can go ahead and get that, and then I can start pushing the laser upgrades, because the mining lasers will be better than the regular lasers for a while. Iranshu is rival of Commonwealth of Man.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
The Betharan minerals appear to have originated from singular source, but were scattered across the galaxy millennia ago. The minerals are most often encountered as pebble-sized clusters and are highly flammable. Alright, we could boost our mining station output. That will help with the exotic gases deficit I've got now. More defense hull platform health. Alright, the mineral cutting beam would take a year. It'd be about the same to get the cheaper destroyer build, or the faster destroyer build and slightly cheaper cost. Let us get the mineral cutting beams. We really need a little bit more exotic gases so that we're not running a deficit. But now that we have the Betharian power plant, I can add that to Euxina, I believe it was. Yes. Alright, it only costs 200 minerals, produces 10 energy, and gives me 4 more jobs here on Euxina. Although Euxina is going to need more amenities soon, so I'll probably end up upgrading the gene clinics because it's a tomb world. But we will get the Betharian power plant first. Alright, let's get another Pirac cruiser and an Uko Praknar destroyer. Uko Praknar have pretty good energy weapons. Yeah, the Pirac are actually doing really damn good in the military department. Alright, so we'll just add the cruiser to 3rd Fleet. Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and add the destroyer there too. Alright, so we will be building our final starbase for now, because the Pirac expanded enough that I was able to get an influence boost. The Bronze Age aliens of Jomel 2 have advanced sufficiently in their use of metallurgy to be considered an Iron Age civilization. The tools and weapons they make use of are becoming more effective, and the architecture of their cities has become more elaborate. Their civilization has now spread to cover most of the planet, and some of their largest cities are home to nearly 1 million individuals. It was bound to happen. So they've got a population of 9 now. We've got some primitive dwellings and some stone palaces. Warriors, scholars, clerics, peasants, and a feudal noble. Urzo has ended their rivalry with the Alvathari. Okay. So we're about to do a little bit of political maneuvering. I'm going to wait until there's 1 day left to oppose this. The resolution will be passed. Our opposition is making no difference whatsoever. Now, since we can't stop it, we've made it known that we oppose this, but we weren't able to garner the support. I am going to withdraw my opposition to it. I'm going to abstain. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because when this resolution goes, anybody who supports it gets a diplomatic bonus, or a opinion bonus with the person who proposed it. Anybody who opposes it gets a penalty. People who abstain get nothing. Now, since I'm not going to stop it from being passed anyway, there's no reason to impair my penalties with them. I will just take the higher road and say, you're right, I've been convinced. For now, it's what the people want, so I'll leave it at that. Later on, I'm going to try and convince people that they made the wrong choice, because I don't agree with letting the industry leaders make these choices, but that's what everybody else wanted. There's no point in me taking a stand against it for no real reason.
Construction completed.
So yes, it has passed. It'll be 2 more years before the next one, the Cooperative Research Channels, comes in. I am supporting that. And that gave us 20% more weight from economy, more worker pop resource output, but a penalty to habitability. I'm actually researching habitability, so it's going to offset that anyway. So I'm good with that. And I'll be getting all 3 of these within the year. Still going to be over a year before I get my next tradition. But I'm going to be going through my colonies real quick. Alright, so we picked up another cruiser and another destroyer. The cruiser has a proton launcher. These are weapons that are shifted to being torpedoes in the future. Third Fleet still needed cruisers. So we will merge that with Third Fleet. Third Fleet has all of its destroyers. And that was Fourth Fleet, yes. So Third Fleet and Fourth Fleet will merge. And I believe Second Fleet is the only fleet that doesn't have all of its destroyers. Yes. So all we need now are destroyers. Well, we do need a couple of corvettes. So let's get one of those destroyers reduced. And have 6 Fleet merged there. Now the other thing I did, I scrapped the Dark Wanderer. I was a little disappointed. I was hoping I could salvage some of the tech on it, since it is a ship class and had weapons on it I don't currently have. All I got out of it was 10 alloys. And it cost me 300 energy credits to do it. But I just went ahead and did it because I didn't care for having that frigate now that I am getting other ships that are slightly better. Now I could simply buy corvettes from them, but corvettes build fast enough. I think I will fill out this fleet by building the corvettes. Let's do reinforced fleet. Yeah, it's only missing 2 corvettes. Let's go ahead and clear those 3 out. We just want the 2 corvettes to be built. I decided to distribute luxuries here. It's one of my mining worlds, and I'm going to develop it a little further. And I noticed that The rare planetary feature of the metal boneyards provides a little society research, so I could actually put some research facilities on this, and it is in a sector that has a bonus, a governor who's good at research. Now, Earth could upgrade to the system capital complex, but it takes 2,000 minerals, so that's going to take me a while I'm still developing other areas. I mean, I could, since I only need 2,000, I could buy them. That would end up being about 5,000 energy credits. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just buy 2,000 and go ahead and get Earth started upgrading the capital. That will add more jobs, more building slots. It'll add another building slot. These last two come from tech improvements. This one will come from the one I get because of the armor upgrade I'm doing now, or have just recently done. Let's see. Yeah, Ceramo Metal unlocks the ability to get an extra building slot. And then the Tier 4 armor, Plasteel, I think it is, unlocks the last building slot. And Storm will be the next one that most likely needs the system capital complex. Although Nueva Cadiz is catching up. I just noticed we don't even have an embassy with them. They are a protectorate from somebody. League of Brienne States. We could almost get a federation. We'd need 10 favors and 6 more acceptance from something. We are going to get 10 for doing a research collective with them, so we need 6 more opinion. Our trust hasn't built fully up. That would be another 40 points in trust, because I believe we can go to 150. And I think, yeah, their opinion of us will go up to from 281 to 321. So yes, it's every 10 points of opinion gives a +1 to acceptance. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off without some other bonus. We're going to have to support something of theirs. If they have something in the Senate, we'll have to get a bonus from supporting something in the Senate for them. Now, one thing we could do to sway them over is join them in a rivalry. So we could rival the Commonwealth of Man to get a bonus for having similar rivals. We do have the favors we would need. It would take all 4 of them to start a migration treaty with the Alvathari. That would help shift them away from authoritarian, I believe. They are rivals of the Tezekian Hive, which is another one we are working on. That might create problems. But I believe it's going to be worth it. Plus, this will give us more species in our empire. Yeah, they are also syncretic evolution, so that'll be 2 different species that could come over from them. They are still at war. Oh, they have allies. The Tezekian Hive and the Urzo organism. They are not vassals of anybody, are they? Our trust is almost capped anyway. This will greatly improve their relations with them. But I don't think we need to do the commercial pact. It won't give us much. It'll give them a little. And right now I don't want to drop my influence anymore for anything that isn't going to give a tremendous amount of value. Especially considering these guys are pathetic. That may change as they as that war progresses. Oh, we could finally form a research agreement with them. And the Tezekian Hive has superior technology. Cannot integrate with other societies with the commercial pact. They can be in federations. But we're going to have a hard time getting them in a federation because of our war philosophy. Now, I will form this because I will benefit from it. There's a good chance that they have access to technologies that I am not getting bonuses from other people on. The trade wind is idle again. Let's go here. And then we will decide where to go from there. Okay, they agreed to the research agreement. Let's see if Pirak, Hazarans, Tezekians. That did benefit us because we were not getting a bonus to this one before. Alvathari have agreed to that. One way to find out what new species you have gotten, let's go to one of our star bases, or one of our shipyards. Blorksbane. Let's say we want to build a colony ship. It will pop up all these species that we have access to. The Skanaru, they're cybernetic. I don't think we have the Midari in our empire yet. Belmacosa. Those were an uplifted species. Alvathari, there we go. Natural engineers and conservationists. And I believe it would have to be Desert World. Is this their syncretic species? No, that can't be. Their syncretic species would have to have serviles. It's entirely possible that is their syncretic species, but I thought they almost always had servile. Well, no, I'm not seeing them because you cannot create colony ships with serviles. That's why. So I don't see what their syncretic species is. Oh, they cleared out this system. So I can no longer, I can unmark it as restricted. We could go back down here and survey these, but we've already seen the systems. At this point, doing surveys way out here, I'm just basically getting a little bit of XP for these guys. But honestly, I would be better off quickly mapping. How do I get to the Verzak? Oh, I can... Oh, that is where I'm going. Yeah, let's, move there. That'll take a year. And then we'll worry about him again. Now let's check out the trade wind. This is an unclaimed system. So let's go ahead and push to here. Rather than taking the time to survey.
Construction completed.
Alright, last system has been claimed. And we will start with the mining stations and then do the research station. After that, I want to move this guy closer to Earth. And let's see, Neptune could be a reactor habitat. Mars has nothing. Mercury could be a reactor habitat. Venus has nothing. Jupiter has nothing. Uranus could be a research habitat. So yeah, after we do that, we are going to enter orbit of Uranus. And the juvenile delinquent in me just grinned when I said that. Your subject, the Pirac hierarchy, has reached level 2 of the Stellarium specialization. So that gives me... okay, they have a chance to get research caches every year. My relay network modifier, if I connect to the subject's capital with a relay network, I would get a 10% researcher output. I am getting the 10% scientific speed. But yeah, they can have 3,000 point caches every year. Scientists gain 1 random trait. And the scientist with a Stellarium trait can be traded with the Overlord. And they get more scientists. So at level 3, they will get random technologies to their researchable technologies every now and then. Or any ship in system piloted by an AI has penalties. So that means any AI ships in their systems suffer penalties. I could renegotiate. I don't have the influence, but I would like to get more holdings with them to boost my research. What would it take to get 2 more holdings? $225 influence, and I would need something to up the... Well, no, they'd get 0.9. So I could do it just like that for 229 and just get the 2 extra holdings. But I could also drop them participating. That would be a discount in both influence and the monthly loyalty. So I could do it for 175 if I dropped conflicts to get up to the 4 holdings. I could also up... This is kind of risky. See, right now they're getting 47 food from me. Yeah, I would double the food and the energy credits, I think. Let's look. Yeah, that would be a little bit risky for me. Oops. All right, this one, I can't double that either. I could increase how much they're giving me. It's only a small increase, about a 50% increase. for a huge chunk of loyalty. So yeah, let's just leave it like that. But yeah, I do know I need 175 if I want to do that. Now you cannot integrate Stellariums and the like. So I finished redesigning a lot of my ships. For the destroyers, I have four types of artillery. I have the artillery I designed before that is all kinetic. I have an energy version of the artillery, the Vancouver, that uses the null void beam to tear down shields and then has a large laser. I have an artillery interceptor that actually goes to picket to get in close. It has a large laser and 2 small mass drivers to tear down shields. This is mainly going to be autocannons later on, and I might change this to a shorter range large weapon, like maybe disruptors when I get it. And an artillery picket that stays back at artillery range and uses flak batteries to keep any strike craft off of my artillery. For the gunships, I have the gunship interceptor. I decided to give it 2 small red lasers instead of all kinetic, all mass drivers. I have my gunship design, which uses laser now instead of being all kinetic as well. I have a gunship picket with flak batteries, and it is going to be getting up there, you know, basically at picket range to kind of keep any fighters at bay. Now the gunship is actually a line ship, and I think the gunship interceptor is also a picket. Yes, it is. Now for the picket classes, I created a picket interceptor with a mix of mass drivers and lasers and just the sentinel point defense to take care of missiles. I have the picket I had designed before that had just 2 small mass drivers. They'll eventually be autocannons. And a mix of flak batteries and point defense. And I have a picket gunship, anti-missile, and it has a medium laser. Now for the cruisers, I didn't really change too awfully much. I did mix up the weapons a little bit. So my artillery broadside, you know, it does have a large laser, but it also has a large mass driver and the void beam to help tear down the shields. The Oriskany uses 2 medium lasers and a medium null void beam to tear down shields, and it of course has the flak anti-strike craft and strike craft. And of course my missile hasn't really changed much. I did swap out the last 2 mass drivers for lasers, and I changed it to come up into picket range, because this is basically kind of an interceptor cruiser. It's anti-small craft. It does have missiles on it. Those are actually pretty good at going after small craft, and a torpedo, which is actually better against larger vessels, but I just decided to mix it up a little. And I did go ahead and design a missile station. Now for the most part, I would like to really push my tech in armor up to at least 3 and get up to autocannons, hopefully like 2 or 3, and up to level 4 in mass drivers before I really start doing a lot of retrofitting. I did redesign my fleets a little bit. So the primary of this is anti-large craft for my corvettes. I do have some pickets thrown in. So it has a minor picket and dealing with the smaller craft, kind of protecting the torpedo boats. But my main interceptors are the destroyers. These are my main anti-small craft. And I did mix in a little bit of picket to support the picket corvettes. But the primary kind of picket defense is the cruiser. It is also it has pickets and the scout wings, which help intercept other craft, and right now missiles, but when they do the combat update, strike craft will not go after missiles, just other strike craft. Of course, pretty much this entire fleet, I think, goes to picket range. Yeah, they're all getting in close. Now, second fleet, of course, we have the interceptors is the primary corvettes, and of course they get up really close to swarm. So do the torpedo boats, which are their supplement. So this is primarily anti-small craft with a little larger craft, but the torpedo boats can go after small craft as well. My picket classes are the destroyers. I have a full-on picket, and then I have the destroyer having a little bit, the gunship picket. It has a little bit of interceptor support with a slightly larger weapon. And then, of course, my cruiser is the artillery for this one. So it stays back at artillery range. Now, third fleet, pickets are the primary corvettes. And they do have some interceptors to support. So my artillery for this one will be the destroyers. So I currently have this. Now, it still can't hit this weapon until I get the upgraded combat computers. This weapon will not hit at a range of 80 unless something gets closer. But I'm hoping to get the combat computers pretty quickly. But yes, I have that one tearing down the shields, and then of course this one as the follow-up. And then my cruiser is mainly the interceptor support. It has a lot of small weapons, and of course the missiles help out as well. So it's kind of a mixed design fleet. I'd like to see how well they perform. This one, I think, yeah, this one also gets into picket range. So the only ones that'll be hanging back will be the destroyers in this. In this one, it's the cruiser that is hanging back. Everything else is coming in close. And in this one, they all come in close. So I'd like to kind of see how they mix up. So we will be getting into combat eventually. Still, my biggest fleet is only 5K, so all three together, when they're fully outfitted, will only give me about a 15K fleet. I need about 10K more, and getting some decent weapon upgrades and armor upgrades will complement that.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
By adjusting atmospheric filtering on a per-site basis to better filter out undesirable elements, colonial living conditions may be improved. Alright, we can get the global defense grid. That gives the upgrade to the... Alright, let's go to a planet real quick. I can't remember what the building that... Stronghold. It's the upgrade to the Stronghold. We can get the Hypercoms Forum, which is the biggest upgrade for the Autochthon Monument. Deep Space Black Site. That'll boost stability quite a bit and give us more faction unity. More naval capacity. This has less range than the Null Void Beam, actually, and it is only available in small. It does do better damage and has no hull penalty. I do not have any new worlds tech available, but I think I'm actually going to get the Amoeba Flagella, because right now they're better than like the second tier of Strikecraft, or I think they're better than the third tier of Strikecraft. The fourth tier kind of outshines them a little bit. But yeah, we'll go ahead and knock out this one. I don't believe we have a biology. No, we do not. But we do currently have Honor Butler, and the trade wind is just kind of cruising around, so yeah, sure. But yeah, we'll go for the Amoeba Flagella. That's another thing. Once I get the Amoeba Flagella, what I kind of like to do with my defenses is have 2 actual Strikecraft hangars, or sometimes just 1 Strikecraft hangar, and but I like to have 3 hangars as like my first 3 defense platforms, and it's a mix of Amoeba Flagella and regular Strikecraft. Sometimes I go 2 amoeba flagella and 1 strike craft hanger. Other times I'll do 2 strike craft with 1 amoeba. It just depends on how quickly I get amoeba and how quickly I've been upgrading hangers. I just realized there was another empire here that is now gone. The Urzo organism has basically absorbed them. I don't know if there are new situations or events that just cause your entire empire to implode. But yeah, we've had 2 empires just kind of vanish on us. Oh, there is a lot of rare crystals in there. Oh my god. They're all on 1 asteroid too. Oh, it's another crystalline asteroid.
We are being hailed.
Uдар статьи.
Commonwealth of Man finally wants an embassy. Honor Butler just died. That's a shame. Before we hire a new one, let's go to the curator order. Okay, we do not have enough opinion yet to recruit a new curator. We would have to boost our opinion by about 10. The next time we renew our thing, we should be able to replace the next scientist with a curator. Well, I'm not thrilled about any of these. I've got pretty much all of these covered. But yeah, let's get Winlet Gillen. Alright, so he is a computing specialist. I have a computing specialist. She's getting... Well, she's still got some time. But we actually need a general, like a spark of genius in here. He only gets 5% overall because of the paranoia. I guess we will stick the statecraft, or we could keep the person from the trade wind in there. Yeah, we'll just put him back. And just have this new person running around out here. I probably should have gotten the one with survey speed, though I'm not really doing much surveying anymore. Honor Butler was an amazing scientist, by the way. She did quite a bit for me. Well, they reopened their borders to us. A train of cargo barges has just arrived from the conglomerated scrappers carrying a consignment of reclaimed resources. The courier was relentless in expressing thanks on behalf of the salvagers. That is, until they became transfixed by the engine housings on our own cargo tugs. This impassioned and deeply curious enthusiast had to be forcibly removed before any unloading of cargo could commence. And he just brought me the 10 alloys that I got for scrapping my previous ship. A little disappointing that that's all I got out of it. I was kind of hoping to get a little bit of progress toward some of the tech in that ship. Next month we will have our final mineral miner, synthetic miner created here, so I can swap over to building something else to support one of my other colonies.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Increased automation of station functions will free up more staff for research duties. Alright, we're going to go ahead. We could get the energy nexus and really boost our... could actually finally get network relays. We're done with influence for other purposes for the most part. But yeah, let's knock out the mining lasers first. And we'll just keep her in there. She has the best bonus right now. Overall 5%.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
These powerful short-range lasers can easily slice through rock, making the extractions of minerals a more efficient affair. Alright, we could get the coil guns now. That looks like it's going to be the cheapest one. I'd like to get habitats soon. That's still 2.5 years away. But yeah, we need to get our weapon upgrades going. Mega engineering boost our storage capacity. Don't need that so much, but that still takes a while. Still takes over 10 years. So yeah, that one will happen fairly quickly. And one thing I could do is put about a few months research on this. It sometimes will lock it down here. But no, we'll just go for coil guns. We'll have both mining lasers and coil guns in 7 months. After that, if I get autocannons available as a research fairly quickly, I may start upgrading the ships in about a year. Got a favor with the League of Brian States again. Still over a year away from the system capital complex being completed. Final miner is completed here. I think we will switch over to synthetic workers and start creating some, supplementing the creation of them for other systems. There's an abandoned star platform in that system. Let us actually go survey it and see what that is. And you know, I've been forgetting to get some more ships. Look at my fleet manager real quick. What am I still missing? 2 destroyers. No, 6 destroyers. And 2 cruisers. Alright, a Sondrathan cruiser. And a Polysimus destroyer. Alright, so this cruiser, not that impressive. It's got better armor than mine, weaker shields, better lasers. So we're going to put that one in 3rd Fleet. That was 4th Fleet, I believe. Yes. And we still have 7th Fleet, which has to go to this fleet. It's going to be a Dallas PP. No, let's do another GP. For some reason, some of my ships are not showing up here. Here in 2nd Fleet, they actually do have 4 cruisers. But for some reason their designs are not showing up. I've got... the fleet size is not showing right either. Let us transfer out these ships. Let's go up to the cruisers. That one. That one. They're not transferring out. I have phantom ships. Oh, it's in FTL. I have to wait until it gets through with its FTL. Now, it has 5 cruisers in its fleet. Now let's go back to the fleet management. Nope, I still can't see them. So let us transfer out that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, just all 5 of them, sure. Now we'll go back to the fleet manager for this one. 5th fleet. We want to retrofit all of these to the Lutzen. Now if we go back to 2nd fleet, we will remove that from there, and then we will go to 2nd fleet and 5th fleet and remerge. Looks like we'll have to let it progress. And eventually they should merge and fix that bug with the fleet. I wonder if 3rd fleet is similarly bugged. Nope. Why didn't that other fleet successfully merge?
Construction completed.
Is it not moving? Yeah, it is. It's just slow as shit. Alright, we got another favor with the Tezekian Hive. Alright, since we're just 1 month away from this hitting 5 population and losing the colony designation, we'll go ahead and swap it out now.
System survey concluded.
So yeah, nothing special about that system. Somebody else must have already gotten the events for it. Boka is an environmental engineer, great for clearing blockers. He is in the Yilon sector, which is not the area that has blockers remaining. Yeah, that would be the Trimus sector. So we will swap out Boka. Okay, 2nd Fleet has finally successfully merged. This one has somehow lost a destroyer from its command limit. Yeah, I'm getting kind of that phantom bug where ships just seem to be disappearing, because I think that's because I adjusted designs while things were still merging. I adjusted some of the designs. Some of the ships I had previously bought that were on their way to merge that had been switched to another design have now just vanished. So that is the fleet bug that I was talking about previously. It still kind of exists in that way. You got to make sure your fleets are kind of intact with the designs you want before you start messing around with them too much. Messing around with designs. So I still need destroyers here. 5. I need 1 cruiser for 3rd Fleet. No, that can't be right. That cruiser has got to be in 3rd Fleet. Because it's... Okay, I still do need one cruiser then. One cruiser for 3rd Fleet. And a whole bunch of destroyers. Now, I could actually reinforce the destroyers myself. I could actually reinforce the cruiser as well. But I think I'm still going to buy them. Okay, so the Garanshu and the Commonwealth of Man both gave me a favor. Let's go ahead and get those. We have a League of Brian States cruiser and a Yevzorak Star Regime destroyer. Please return later and we'll see what we can do for you. Oh yeah. Whenever a busted ship comes up our way, we work hard. Please return later and we'll see what we can do for you. Usually takes around 2 years for a complete set of refurbishments. So you only get so many reinforcements from them before they make you wait 2 years. That's fine. Alright, so this is a Flood class. Got disruptors. And this one is a Cloudy Creek? Cureek. Also has disruptors. Alright, so 2nd Fleet needs another GP. Merge those two. No, that's 1st Fleet. 2nd Fleet and 5th Fleet need to merge. And 3rd Fleet still needed 1 Shilang. So we will convert 4th Fleet to a Shilang. So it will merge easier. And now they should all, let's see, 3rd Fleet still needs 1 destroyer, and 2nd Fleet needs 4. So I can actually reinforce these, I think. Let's go to Fleet Manager, because I have plenty of alloys and plenty of shipyards. And for 2nd Fleet, so we'll just go ahead and have those turned out. Looks like they're going to be being built at Blorgsbane. And all of our fleets will be reinforced. That won't quite get us up to the power projection level we need, so we do need at least 100 more naval capacity and to build more fleets to fill that out.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Alright, 2 techs knocked out. Mining drone lasers. Using strong focus lenses in combination with an oscillating firing frequency help create lasers strong enough to mine asteroids or shoot down hostiles. Now, this can only go up to medium size. Can't have large mining drone lasers, but it's still better than the regular laser. Advanced combat roles, 2 years. Upgraded point defense, 1.5 years. Let's go for the advanced combat roles. It'll actually be less than 1.5 years. Alright, coil guns are more powerful versions of the early mass drivers, using electromagnetic coils to rapidly accelerate projectiles towards targets. Cruiser hull points. Plasteel armor. Yeah, let's grab the plasteel armor. So yeah, in about a year and a half, or a little under a year and a half, I should be ready for the retrofit of all existing ships. I'm going to wait to do any modifications until the ships that are currently being built have all merged with the damn fleets. But I will hop in Ship Designer just to show you. Let's put these side by side. So this one has an average damage of 2.15. Does 6 to 16, just under 5 seconds each shot. Or 5 days cooldown. Now this one does less armor damage but gets bonus to hull. As you see, it does 9 to 22 and it fires faster. So the average damage is actually 2.9. It has less accuracy though and less range. The medium versions, one of these has got to have 2 medium. There we go, broadside. If we do the medium versions, 5.38 compared to 6.82. Now the range is identical for the mediums, but the medium cutting laser is less accurate. It does fire faster still. Now, if we look at technology here, did I have the option for the upgraded lasers? I did not. Okay. I was going to show you that the cutting laser was still better than the blue lasers. I think it's not until you get to like X-ray that you start outdoing the cutting lasers. Same for any of the rare tech versions of things. Alright, we finally have enough unity to get a new tradition. And I believe I'm going for prosperity. It boosts our mining station output right off the bat. We'll get more resources from jobs and stability when we complete it. And these will cut down on upkeep cost. Give us more specialization, specialist output. It'll improve clerk jobs in housing districts. I mean city districts. That gives more jobs to planets that are full, basically. But clerks aren't the best use of population. It will reduce cost and increase build speed for buildings and districts. And eventually add more housing as well to city districts. So there's no better indicator of the success or failure of a star nation than the strength of its economy. The crew clearing the jungle on Winzhou has made a breathtaking discovery. Deep within the forest, overgrown and obscured by lush plant life, is a colossal alien space station. Architecturally stunning and built with technology far superior to our own, it is a true work of art. The station appears to have crashed to the surface, surviving the impact thanks to its unusual shielding capacities, which our scientists are now eager to examine. Regrettably, an archaeological excavation would prevent us from working the land until its completion. We will excavate the site. So that adds a archaeological dig to Winzhou, which I believe is on Yamathir. I don't have any science vessels close, so I can have Qjit, when he finishes these last few surveys, head over this way. We'll just have him enter orbit there. A crashed alien space station has been unearthed on Winzhou after being buried for many millennia. The masterful construction previously held a self-contained arthropoid civilization of millions. Their dead bodies have been preserved within the station, making exploration of the otherwise magnificent interior an eerie endeavor. Though the cause of their civilization's demise is not yet clear, the inhabitants perished suddenly, well before impact. Some died peacefully clutching tiny idols, while others, bearing weapons, suffered violent trauma. It's a low difficulty one. This is one that can pop up whenever you clear blockers. There's a random chance for it to happen. So it'll be about 3.5 years before I get the first edition, and I'll probably go for the building and district increase first. Verzak is at war with the Hithians. It is a servitude campaign. So they're trying to subjugate the Hithians.
Research concluded.
By breeding space amoebas in captivity, we can program their symbiotic flagella to act as organic strike craft for our Navy. Alright. Military Academy, that's a building that gives soldiers and boosts starting armies. Psionic theory will reduce my empire size from population. So it would reduce it by another 43. Other than that, we have the upgraded food processing centers or more habitability. Psionic theory would take several years, but it might be worth it, even though I don't really have a person who gets a benefit to this, and there is a chance if I don't work on it now, I won't see it again for a while. But the centralized command, the military academy would help me out if I was really doing wars. Being able to, I've got like 5 armies just sitting around doing absolutely nothing. We'll knock out another habitability increase. Or actually, we could spend the next few months, maybe just the next month until January, working on psionic theory so it will have some progress, which likely will cause it to pop down here because I've done work on it. We'll see. It's only going to get 1 month of progress through December, basically. Another favor with the Tezekian Hive. Oh my. This system right here has a Gaia world in it. And the Pirac have not claimed it yet. Interesting.
Construction completed.
Alright, the Artisan Troop would like us to renegotiate our deal. Yes, I will. And we'll go ahead and organize a festival as well. We only have 1 star base left to upgrade. That's Blorksbane. As soon as it finishes becoming a starhold, we'll fill it out. The readied shield is what actually made it up, so that means cooperative research channels didn't have as much support. Verzaks have this one. That's fine. I was supporting it anyway. Now if we look at resolutions, repeal that. No empires are likely to support it. It is actually benefiting me quite a bit. Yeah, when it comes to actual economic weight, I think my economy is stronger than everybody but the Prime Awareness. Verzax is very close, but they're still below me. Yeah, I have like the strongest economy. I have made poor decisions and did not have the best start. At least... Oh, you're really close. No, you're better than me. Oh, wait, I was looking at the wrong values. No, you're not as close as I thought. I have made poor decisions. I had a fairly poor start. I haven't been doing the most efficient upgrading of buildings and stuff. I mean, I have a lot of people working as clerks, first off. But the thing about it, at least 3 AI had advanced starts. We're not even 100 years into the game, and with my slow plotting gameplay on Commodore difficulty, where they get bonuses, I have outpaced the economy of all the AIs except for one, the Prime Awareness, which just happens to be the largest empire in the game. There was one other thing I needed to check. Oh yes, one of my... Yeah, we finally got the system capital complex here on Earth. So I actually have another building slot. I have no idea what I want to stick here. An alloy foundry. I don't have an alloy foundry on Earth. Alright, I actually have to switch this back to technicians because of the Betharian power plant adding more technician jobs. But I do have this synthetic worker to move off-world. I could stick him over here in the odd factory, but I would rather stick him in a... well, that would help my minerals because he would go back to actual mining minerals. I would like to stick him in a place that has a, like this, but it's not moats. I need crystals and gases. And it looks like I only really need 2 more of these guys. The odd factory worker. And 1, well, the crystal miner, that's 2. And I think 1 mode harvester there. Yeah, that looks like it. So I guess we will clear out this crystal miner. There was Euxina. Yes. Now, it put him in a miner slot instead of the crystal miner. We will go back to Blizzard. You have to do a little bit of manipulation sometimes to get the proper person in the proper slot. So now we actually have the robots here who are getting more minerals than anybody else. Though these guys come close. Yeah, 16 for them, 16.3 for those robots. These guys actually get 15.8 because they are serviles, which gives them a 10% resources from jobs. They do have 100% habitability here too. So yeah, these guys, actually the serviles are actually better here because this guy is only getting a 5% bonus. So I would like to have them in those slots, but unfortunately, it's always going to pick a robot. Let's see if I I have available jobs up top that people are going to jump up to, but let me close out all the mining positions real quick, except for that. Okay, close that guy. Yeah, even though I have unemployed serviles who will actually get more out of these, it's prioritizing the robots, which is unfortunate. Even if I started moving these robots off-world so that these guys could take the jobs, it would pull out the miners and stick them in there, even though they have even less bonus than these guys. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, they can't be rulers or specialists. They can only be workers. So they will, but they could be clerks, but they don't really get the benefit for clerks. That is the one disadvantage of serviles. They get a nice bonus, but they can only be workers. All right, well, it's been another 5 years, so we will call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.